Good evening. Welcome to Ireland Live for Friday the 26th of September 2025. My name is Paul Fitzsimons. I'll be joined in a few minutes by Orla Donoghue. We have a packed show tonight now, I have to say, with free speech, a few bits about vaccines. We have homelessness in Dublin. Paul Nolan received wow. They're really coming after us. I'm telling you now, they really are. I have a bit there from Jared Delaney I want to read out as well. We'll talk about that in a few minutes. I'm going to bring Orla up. Yeah. Good evening. How are you?
Well, how are you?
I'm good. Yeah, I'm good. Yeah, all good. But what are you listening to there?
Oh, sorry. Have you on the background? Sorry, I normally have the television on in case I can't, the way somebody puts things up and it's hard to read on the laptop. Yeah. Hey, Mark, how are you?
How are you, Mark? How's things, buddy? Good evening, all. Hi there, Paul.
Oh, yeah, fairly, as I said, pack show. Hope you went back to the last few days to download everything.
I downloaded a good few, yeah. I did, yeah. Yeah.
Could start ringing Martin to do it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's all right. I can get it up and Grant. I can get it up tonight. This is a running joke. This is a running joke.
Oh, Lord.
But I just want to. There was a thing put up there. Now we're talking about Paul Nolan. I'll just talk about Paul Nolan for a minute there. Like Paul Nolan has been going around the country, and he highlights it, especially over the south side. You know what I mean? Him and Tinker highlight. Well, more so Paul does it, but Tinker does be with him. They do be on patrols in town and everything, and they document everything. So we've used Paul's video on the show all the shows umpteen times, and now this new law was passed, and now all of a sudden he's the first one to be done on it. Like, come on, like that's what's going to happen here now. We're all. And I say we will all be silent now very shortly, especially if Jim Gavin gets into
already.
Yeah, I know.
I've noticed on my Facebook that the share button has been removed on some of my posts, especially the ones calling out the government. I've had people message me saying that they can't comment on my posts, even though I'm not doing anything different. They're saying, "Hey, John, how are you?" They're saying things like, the Journal was fact checking me saying I was sharing disinformation.
The Journal. It's
the Journal, because they sent the screenshot on that my video was been taken down. And you know what the laughable thing was? The video was on the presidential elections and it was Michael McCarthy. So there you go.
Ridiculous, isn't it?
Yeah. Hey, Frank, how are you?
How are you, Frank? How's things? Yeah. But as I said, Paul Nolan is one. But listen, I have to put this up here now because Derek Bly was as well this week. He was arrested, and so was Ross Lohive.
Oh yes, I was talking to Ross.
Yeah, so
I actually asked Ross, "Did you want to come on to the show?" And he said, I can't. You can't. I'm not allowed to speak about it.
Yeah. So let's just share. I'm just going to share.
But he said it was okay. He's going to come on and be my new co-host.
Yeah. That's not going to happen. Not going to happen. Okay, there it is. There, I'm just going to read it there. That's from Jer. Good man, Jer. Fair play to you. Doing great work. First, they came for the anti-maskers. That was me, and I did not speak out because I was not an anti-masker. Then they came for the anti-vaxxers, and I did not speak out. I'm one of them as well because I'm not an anti-vaxxer. Then they came for the anti-lockdown activists, and I did not speak out because I was not an anti-lockdown activist. Then they came for nationalists, and I did not speak out because I was not a nationalist. Then they came for me, and there was no one left to speak out for me. Wake up, folks. It will be you soon. First person jailed for posts exposing identities of asylum seekers. Yeah. I don't know whether that's the one from, do you remember, was it up in Crooksling? I don't know now, to be honest with you, so I can't really comment on it. I'm sure someone in the comments will tell us. There's Ferg there. Was that Crooksling, Ferg? I don't know whether it was cruxing or not, because there was a couple of videos posted where a couple of them come out and start trying to give it to trying to act smart and all that. But I don't know whether it was that, but it was. Me. How are you, Ferg? Yeah. Good evening, Paul. All everyone in the chat. Disgraceful carry on that anti-Irish kangaroo court yesterday. He's back up on the 7th to the 11th, his birthday. Make sure you're there to support him. Yes, make sure you're all there to support him. Erden Gabra, everybody. But let me just share that there. Ex-election candidate charged with harassment of Garda in Cork. I can guarantee you now, every election candidate that's speaking out is going to be rounded up here now.
Oh, they've forgotten the most important part. Where's the failed election candidate? That's what we normally always get lamped with.
Yeah. James, the nationalist movement is a disorganised clown show, unfortunately. Hey, listen, doesn't have to be. Joey Peel, he got 10 months jail. Joey Peel. Yeah, he got 10 months and 3 months was suspended, which is so wrong. How are you, Paul, or in chat? Would it not be a good idea to have some sort of proper poll to see the real numbers of Irish people that are homeless, the real figures, Paul? Yeah, Jesus. Listen, there's hundreds of thousands, like, you know what I mean?
We have a video to play.
Yeah.
Of 2 homeless people lying on the streets.
Yeah, well, I seen that. Yeah, disgrace.
Up in Dublin, yeah. I actually contacted the Liberty Soup Kitchen, so they were going to go around and check on them. Absolutely disgraceful.
I'll play that now in a minute, but I just want to finish this off there. Court charged in connection with harassing a member of An Garda Síochána in Cork. Now, nobody harassed anybody. You know what I mean? It happened on the day. They're saying this happened over a period of time or something like that. And then you have Derek Bloy, anti-immigration activist who stood as a candidate in last year's year, has appeared in court charged with harassing a member of An Garda Síochána. This is the same Garda. You know what I mean?
Right, okay.
And there's Paul there now. YouTuber becomes first person jailed. A self-described citizen journalist and YouTuber has become the first person to be jailed in a landmark case for online post, which risked identifying asylum seekers in Ireland. Well, there you are. You've made history, Paul Nolan. You're the first. You're the first person to be jailed in a landmark case. Well done, mate. Bullshit.
Do you know what you just laugh at? Like, we have murderers and rapists and pedophiles, but let's not mind about them. Let's go and, jail people for taking a few videos and highlighting what exactly is going on.
Highlighting the truth. Highlighting the truth. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Oh, let me just read a few of these. Blessed be sad. Digital ID in Britain. Yeah,
yes, I have that as well.
Yeah. Like
coming to our shores very soon.
Good evening, Frank. Blessed be, brother. Yeah, hey, James. The problem is the vast majority of Irish people are just one big late show audience. I agree with you. Spineless, cowardly sheep, and we'll drag the rest of us down with them. Yeah, I do agree. You know what I mean? Like, I'd be hearing that talking about the news. Oh, did you hear what was on the news? Did you hear what was if you've seen it on RTE, man, it's not happening. You know what I mean? So, you know yourself. You know what I mean? It's bullshit. And then, like, it's just Trump. Have you seen it on the RTE news? It's just all about Trump. How bad he is and what he did, and he could be on the Epstein list. And come on, lads.
Well, seemingly he's good friends with Epstein. And I highlighted, I said, really? I said, then why is he trying to target all the child traffickers? And that's what Epstein was. But again, it just went over their head.
Yeah, I know. What's the story from the north? We're doing it right. You need to sort it out in the Catholic areas. It's the story from the... What's the story? Okay. No. Sharon, go watch Minister Paul Maxton digital card ID as Mark of the Beast, Reverend 14, Jesus gave message. Don't care if you don't believe in Heavenly Father, Jesus' name for pardon, his land. Watch what's gonna happen, probably. No, I agree. These ID cards are the mark of the beast. You know what I mean? I seen a video today of a girl in Sweden beeping her hand to pay for. Have you seen it? To pay for something, and she thought it was brilliant. Ooh, look what I just did! Look at that. God, you have to be tagged now for forever. You know what I mean? She won't be able to buy things now. You know, this is what's going to happen with this digital ID. It comes in the UK, you don't get vaccinated, your scores drops, or you try to use your card and it doesn't work. And there's no way of stopping it unless you get vaccinated. End of story. People, that's what's coming. It's coming here as well. And I'm telling you now, the money's going to be cash is going to be dropped fairly rapid. You know, as I said, my brother was away and there was no cash. I think it was only the Pakistani shops that took cash. That was it. Everything else was cards in Liverpool and Manchester the other day. So it's already gone. It's gone in the UK. Like everyone is using it in the UK. You know what I mean?
Well, I use cash as much as I can.
You see, and they made it handy for you as well on your phone, on your watch, on your ring. You know, come on, lads. How lazy do you want to be? Like, you know what I mean? Just take out a 20 or, you know what I mean? Trump is a legend. Yeah, I agree with you. Never mind what's on the news. The real chat should be what are we going to do about it? Yeah. There is chats to see what we're going to do about it, trust me. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to send on. There's another video there now in relation to Christine Anderson about the digital ID as well.
There, Liz Pepper, there, digital ID after the undemocratic presidential election, and they are undoing the triple lock. Yeah. Mm-hmm. You see, you get him in here. Like, okay, Jim Gavin, whatever came out the other day, whatever was put out about him the other day, he was all over the news. We all seen it. Like, you know what I mean? I'm not going to play him because I don't give these creeps fucking airtime. But he just came out like, and he said, what I did a while ago has nothing got to do with anybody. So it's nobody's business but mine. So he didn't deny anything. You know what I'm saying?
I know.
He obviously he did it. You know what I mean? So listen, we'll see what comes out. Captain Boardseye is supposed to be bringing something out the 23rd or something or whatever. I don't know. The day before the election. Not that that'll make much difference.
Yeah. But no, it was an absolute disgrace what went on with Maria Steen. Like, whether people had issues with Maria or whatever, we had a right to choose. She had a right to be on the ballot paper like those other three stooges.
Of course,
you know?
Of course.
And at the end of the day, like, you know, in a democratic society, you should have the right to choose. So I will be spoiling my vote because I am not giving a vote to either of those three.
Speaking of spoiling your vote, didn't you send me on to spoil your vote thing?
Yes, I sent you on a picture of it, yeah. So this is what people need to do. I mean, if we can get 100,000 or more that will say they come out of these marches to spoil your vote, it's going to cause a huge amount of trouble or a huge amount of problems for them because seemingly it's very time consuming to go through all the spoiled votes. So it's going to wreck their head, absolutely wreck their head. There was another picture I saw.
And what's going to happen is, what's going to happen is people are going to be in that counting thing and they are going to see these spoiled votes, you know what I mean? So they can't hide this time, you know what I mean?
Oh,
it can't be hidden, you know, it cannot be hidden.
I think I sent you another picture. I really like the other one. Now, this is actually one, I put this up on my Facebook and my share button was taken off it. There should be another picture there.
Hang on.
As far as I know. I think I sent you on two. Did I?
No.
Oh, no.
Vote.
Did I not? Okay, hold on a second. I'll send it on to you. I thought this one was actually really good. This is the one I used on my Facebook page. I just thought it spoke kind of volumes. Here it is.
I love it. You love it too, people. You love it too. There you go.
But it's us being silenced. We're not having a choice. You know?
Exactly. Look,
I can't stand the other three stooges, right? But they still have a right to be on the ballot paper like everybody else. You just don't vote for them, do you know? But like, this is what I mean. They took away our right to have Maria Steen or Nick Delahanty on the ballot paper.
Anybody.
Yeah.
Anybody. You know? Yeah. Yeah. Mm.
Do you want to put up the two videos in relation to the digital ID just when we're just discussing it? One is Dylan Coleman, the other one is Christine, the German MEP.
Excuse me. Who was it, did you say?
It's the last two videos that I sent over.
Just now?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yes, yes. Okay, I have one now. I like her.
She's brilliant. She's brilliant.
Yeah. Hang on,
and she's speaking out about everything.
She's brilliant, yeah. This is a savage interview. Yeah. Savage interview. I watched this the other day.
Mm-hmm.
She's really good.
Picking things up in a very aggressive manner. And people are now realizing it's almost like we're sleeping and they're building a cage around us as we're sleeping. What are the signs that you're seeing that they're ramping up this? And how far do you think they are away from achieving that goal of that totalitarian police, surveillance state or surveillance police state?
They're realizing they're running out of time because more people are waking up. What they don't get, though, is people are waking up because they're ramping it up, right? It's getting so ridiculous. So they're kind of running out of time. They have a feeling, rightly so, the window is kind of closing because the critical voices are becoming more and they're becoming louder. So that's why they're ramping things up. And you see that. So, I mean, there is so many issues going on right now. They're erecting these 15-minute ghettos. That's what I call them. And they're starting with that pretty much in Great Britain. Then in Ireland too, it's kind of starting there. In Netherlands, of course. You have they bash down the farmers. Once again, we're being told it's just, to make a better life for us, to make the world a better place. But what it actually means is you won't have food. If the farmers don't produce food anymore, you won't have anything to eat. It's as simple as that. And tying into that, I wonder why Bill Gates all of a sudden, buys farmland, like crazy. Why would he do that? But you have control over the food. You have total control of the people. So we're seeing all of these issues going on. Digital identity, next thing. Digital identity, it's not so your life is easier. It's so government has total control over you. Look to China, with that social credit system. That's our future. And I'm not talking the future 30, 40, 50 years from now. It's happening now. It is happening now. Digital currency. Oh, isn't that's the creme de la creme of all control mechanisms. I mean, what do you think is going to happen if the next time you refuse to take an mRNA shot? With a flip of a switch, they just cancel your account. You cannot buy food anymore. You cannot do anything anymore. That's pretty much where I think it's going. It's to erect a totalitarian surveillance state.
Yeah, somebody just posted there. Maria Steen should bring her case to the High Court for election interference by Simon Harris. Fine Gael. Yes, definitely. Fair. And is a solicitor or a barrister, isn't she?
She's a barrister. Yes, correct. Just what Christine was saying there, like she makes a valid point. The more they're pushing and the more crazy the stuff is coming out, the more people are waking up. And actually, so when you play Dylan's, he actually makes
is that there's the lady that done that poster. Fair play to you. Thanks very much for that.
Oh, is that her poster? Well, it's brilliant.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah, we'll just share it there again, just so people see her poster. And I have to say, I think it's cool.
I think it's brilliant.
So cool.
Yeah, that's the one I use. And as I said, they took off my
Yeah.
share button.
That's deadly. Yeah.
Mhm.
So well done.
But you know me, there's ways and means of doing things. It's not like I went in to maybe 40 or 50 posts and plastered it all over the place.
I seen a thing. I seen one of them little wow that you did on Ruth Coppinger. Dirty old Ruth.
Yeah. I went right down there, Mrs. I just said some valid points. I just said, well, how much are you earning? You're going on about like Maria Steen's handbag. How much are you earning on all your expenses?
Yeah.
And remember the way she spoke down to Ben Scanlon. So I was only speaking the truth.
I'm actually going to put this up here. I really am, because I love it.
What?
The thing that was sent. Ruth Coppinger, yeah, okay. Ruth Coppinger posted straight off the set of Mad Men. This is about Maria Steen. Straight off the set of Mad Men.
About the handbag, yeah.
Yeah, with a designer bag costing thousands. Where do these privileged Iona types get off from legislating on and dictating to us or whatever? Okay, so Orla wasn't happy with that. So hey. Well, Ruth, bitterness is an awful thing. Maria Steen is a barrister and had to work her way up, and her family worked. And yes, she has money. So what? So what? Remind us again, Ruth. How much do you earn in the doll and all your expenses? Well over 100K, is it? If people work hard and have money, well, fair play to them. They can buy whatever they want. Also, I remember a time only recently you looked down your nose and were very rude to Ben Scallon, a journalist from Gript, who I've only ever seen act in respectful manner towards TDs where you're not. So maybe pipe down there, Mrs. Oh, and P.S. Maria Steen cares about Ireland, unlike yourself, who was more worried about every other country in the world via our own, which is on its knees. Well said, Orla. Well done. I hate Ruth Coppinger, and she hates me.
Do you know what, right? You can point things out without being like horrible or degrading or rude, because you have to remember things are going to be screenshotted and used against you later on. So there's a way of doing things without, being horrible. You still get your point across, and that actually did quite well.
It did.
I called out Michael McDowell as well, because I couldn't believe what he did to Maria Steen. Like, when he needed help last year with the no vote, he reached out to her. The two of them worked together. And then he turns around and he does that to her. Why would you do that after, like, she helped him? So I called him out as well.
Adele Gillick there. Senator Linda Nelson made recklessly pushing all childhood vaccine today without mentioning all the pharma company side effects and warnings. Senator Nelson is not a doctor, yet she is vehemently pushing a pharma product without mentioning guidelines. Thanks for that, Adele. So,
I think I actually didn't. I send you on the video. No, we'll stick on the one thing first before we move on. But I've nearly gotten 1,000 shares on the Michael McCarthy video, which is absolutely amazing. I didn't even think I'd get anything like that, because I thought, it'd probably be blocked or whatever, in relation to Helen McEntee, going on about what was coming into the schools.
Yeah.
So, look, do you want to play Dylan Coleman's video just in relation to the ID, and then we can move on?
Yeah.
Because Dylan makes some really good points. I have to say, I think he's great over on TikTok.
Is this the digital ID? Did you not send that to me already?
It's the one above Christine's video.
Yeah, I thought I copied that already. No.
See there, look.
No, yeah, I see it now. Okay, no, it was the other one. The other one as well, the digital ID. Okay, just let me save this then.
This is just, I screen recorded it. Sometimes TikTok can be a bit funny. Some things you can just download, and then other times you just have to screen record, which is a bit of a pain, but anyway.
Yeah, hey, listen, it is what it is. Let's not worry about it. Right, let's go with this digital ID then.
No sound.
Okay, well.
Yeah, I have the sound.
You have sound?
No, there's sound on it.
Okay.
It's not coming up.
What?
The sound.
Stop sharing that for a minute. There's people say there's no
The
sound.
sound is definitely on it. Just try it again.
Hang on. That's a weird one. Let me just pull this down. I'll pull it down here and play it from here. Well, yeah, the digital ID, it's coming in here. It will be in. Fergus has to send me something. I hope it's a video of the courts. Yeah, cool. Let me just get that up, have a look. Okay, we play this from here. Okay, you should have sound now.
Okay.
UK digital ID cards will be made mandatory for all adults to tackle illegal immigration. And apparently this is going to be one of the best ways to stop people coming to the country illegally and working illegally. And they also claim that it's going to make it easier for employers and landlords to make sure that they're actually employing and renting to people who have the right to live and work there. And the first question that I have is, if this is to tackle illegal immigration, why will it be mandatory for every single adult in the UK to have this digital ID? If the main purpose of this ID is to tackle illegal immigration, why do people who were born and raised in the UK need this? And to me, it's actually laughable that they believe that this new brick card is going to stop people from crossing the channel on boats. Meanwhile, if you do get across the channel on the boat, you get put up into a 5-star hotel, you get free healthcare, you get money, you get food, you get everything. And the accommodation, the money, the healthcare, everything, the government are actually providing to illegal immigrants. But yet this new brick card is going to save the UK. Or would it not make it easier for the UK to provide legal immigrants with physical IDs that they can prove that they have the right to work and live in the UK, and just round up all the illegal ones and send them back? I think the main focus here for the UK government is to stop them coming in rather than bringing them here and then complaining that everyone needs digital IDs. And Keir Starmer is actually one of the biggest problems with illegal immigration in that country. He is allowing this but wants to introduce this. The main question that I genuinely have is, if it's about illegal immigration, why does every single person in the UK have to have this?
Very good
Exactly.
question. Why does everybody
Very good question.
who's born, why does everybody need it? Even people who are born in Britain, several generations, why would they need it if it's just about illegal immigration? What we need is very simply called mass non-compliance. And what people need to start doing is just saying no. That simple word, enough of us stand up and say no, that stops it.
Did you see, speaking of illegal immigration and legal immigration and everything, did you see the video from Michael McCarthy about the population growth?
Which one now?
The one where we've already exceeded the 30.
No, I mustn't have seen that. I haven't seen it yet.
Okay, let me just.
When did he put it out? Today?
Just a while ago, I think.
Oh, right. No, I didn't see it yet.
Bear with me.
I'm assuming I probably have a video from Michael. Normally I haven't featured. I have something from him.
Okay, have a listen to this, people. This is shocking. Like, you know what I mean? This is shocking. And I have to say, Michael he does great work. I have to say.
Oh,
I love
he's
his
brilliant. I use his stuff
Yeah.
all the time. I just think he's fantastic.
Yeah.
Oh, I do have a video in relation to France from him.
Okay, yeah, I've seen that one, yeah.
Yeah.
Let me just put this up here and wait until you hear this. See this, people. This is just shocking. Hang on. No. I didn't add the sound there. I need to add sound. Bada bing, bada boom.
Madison strike, is it, Paul?
Yeah. Okay, people, have a listen to this. Tell me a thumbs up if you have sound.
Should shock you. Ireland's population has been growing, but just how much has it been, and what does that look like? When I finished this video, how many of you knew of these statistics? Did you hear about it on the radio? Did you hear about it on the TV? Or has it been completely hidden from you? In 2019, the CSO did out a report predicting population growth. They had different scenarios: high migration, high fertility, low migration, low fertility, and everything in between. On their highest one, M1, F1, which is high migration, high fertility, they predicted our population to reach 5.8 million by 2036. That is their highest prediction, and we will reach that within 2 years. Most of the predictions they made for 2036 we have already overtaken 11 years in advance. Our population is growing that much. We have passed their estimates for 2036 and it's only 2025. Here's another thing. How much of that population is Irish? How much is non-Irish? Well, if we do out the figures, only 6% of the population growth is Irish. 94% of that is immigrants. Here's the graph. The blue is non-Irish and the green is Irish. Now, I don't have to tell you if this trend continues. For 5-10 years, Ireland is no longer Irish. You wonder why your GPs are full, why hospital beds are full, why people can't get places in schools, why your house prices are expensive. Well, this is why. We have overtaken their population estimates by over 11 years, and 94% of it is people coming into this country. Only 6% of it is Irish. This should shock you. Ireland's population has been
There you go.
growing, but
Well, did what you call him? My head's gone. Your man over the Green Party.
Oh, Roger O'Gorman is over the Green Party.
No,
The old fella.
your man. What you call him? My head's gone.
Your man, that was who? Your man Ryan. Eamon Ryan.
Eamon Ryan. Yeah. That dope. Right?
Dope.
Do you not remember him turning around and saying that in the next few years the population of Ireland was going to be 10 million? How's that going to happen?
Coveney
He
said the
actually
same.
came out and said it.
Coveney said the same. Coveney said it as well. This is all this sustainable goals and everything else by 2030. This is
But
all
they're
being
telling
looked at
people,
now.
like they're actually telling people.
Mm,
You know,
mm,
we're not making it up. They're actually telling people, like, you know.
yeah. So, what's happening at Dublin Holyhead Project? Travel Holyhead to Dublin on Wednesday night. Saw nothing. What's up? I don't know what.
Didn't hear
Was
anything.
it Michael John? Michael John put something up there about Holyhead. Both Holyhead and Dublin ports are being disrupted. I don't know who they're being disrupted by, to be honest with you. Yeah. Designed to decide we will be like the Indians in USA, soon a minority on our own land. Yes, we will. Like we will. And like I met a few young fellas this week that have only young fellas, 22, 23, and 2 and 3 kids. Like, you know what I mean? So fair play to them. Off you go, lads. Walk away. That's what we need. And someone said it to me a couple of weeks ago, I wouldn't wish it on anyone. I wouldn't. Well, I'm sorry. We have to. Otherwise, other people will be having 10 and 12 kids and we'll be having 1 or none. You know, they have people bought out of the market here. You know what I mean? Husband and wife have to work in order to pay mortgages.
I know, yeah.
You know, and they don't. Oh no, we can't afford to have kids. Can't afford to have kids. Like, you know, come on.
But sure, that's it.
And then they get to 40, and then they don't want kids. Then, you know, it's like, oh, sure, I'm enjoying my life, and I'm this and I'm that. You know, and then they have kids, and they're only like bleeding. You know, I don't know. It's not on, like, you know what I mean? Like a mortgage now was what? Just say, the lowest house is probably what, $500,000. So what would the mortgage be on that? 1,500, 1,600, depends over 25 or
Be more
30
than it.
years.
Hmm.
Could be $2,000, yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. Like that's an awful lot of money to be paying. Like, you know, that's why the two people have to work, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's why there's no kids.
But if you have everything
Yeah.
handed to you, free house and free medical card and free money and everything else handed to you, why wouldn't you have loads of kids?
We're getting an awful lot in there. People are going, I'm going to spoil my vote by writing Maria Steen #1. Yeah,
So
I'm
will
going
I.
to do it too. Yeah, I'm going to do it too. So let's do it, people. Spoil your vote. Maria Steen #1.
We have a great saying in Cavan. I wouldn't give them the steam of my piss. Excuse my language.
We
So
have
they're
that
not
in
being
Dublin as
anything.
well. You probably robbed that from Dublin because we always say that.
Yeah, well, that's a great saying in Cavan.
The future is horrifying. They want more people in this country. It means a big economic growth, and the rest are distracted with GAA, Man United, Facebook, and gyms. Most Irish people aren't interested in the future. Oh, I agree. Booker T, 380,000, Paul. What's 380,000? What was that, Brooker? What was he talking about? I don't know. So am I after winning money or something? Never know up or never. Eddie Powell, should people not be able to sue the state, or if family is head of state in the Constitution and the government has flipped it the other way around? Should people not be able to sue the state? So if I don't know what you mean there. Should people not be able to sue the state if family is head of state in the Constitution and the government has flipped it? I don't know what you mean, Eddie. Come back to me on that there if you can. What percentage of the population is foreign, including foreigners born in Ireland? Is
But
there
sure,
a
we're not
figure?
sure. Sure, I mean, between illegals coming in, do you know, sure, how does anyone know what the accurate figures are?
Yeah. Well,
There is figures, they're probably not been released.
he said it there. The population growth mostly all foreigners. It's all foreigners because.
Oh yeah, but sure, we know that. But like, sure, we don't know what the fully accurate ones are. I mean, if there's illegals coming in here, do you know?
Yeah. But even the ones that, you know, even the ones that come in legally, like, you know what I mean? They're all living in houses here. They're all, you know, they're all getting the shit handed to them. They're not running around having mortgages up to the hole, and, you know, they get 200 quid a week, Lidl's vouchers, you know.
Yeah, we know.
When Irish people can't, that, you know, that is so wrong, like, you know what I mean? Come on. Like, there'd be an awful lot more Irish kids if they looked after the Irish people the way they looked after the foreigners. And that's the facts of it, like, you know. Somebody asked earlier as well, what do you think was the homeless figures? There's a couple of 100,000 homeless in this country. A couple of 100,000.
We don't know. They're saying it's over 16,000. Yeah. But we don't know for definite either.
There's definitely.
How many are, you know,
accommodation?
And, you know, we don't know.
Hundreds of thousands. There's people there's 3 generations of families living in one house, like, you know, it's.
Yeah. Do you want to play that video actually when we're talking about homelessness? About that couple lying on the streets?
Cavan people wouldn't shit in a ditch. They would be afraid the birds would warm their feet in it for free.
Haven't heard that one.
That's a good one.
Hey Judy, how are you?
EU law overrides. Yeah, EU law overrides the Constitution as and when it sees fit. Eddie, you're right. Sorry, Angela. Recently, I told you guys about a family of 9, soon to be 11, moved into the council house in Edenmore. For the first time, I saw them all out together, swooning over their new gold 7-seater people carrier, and not one working. I know it's horrible, isn't it? Like I told you, I was down in the post office a couple of weeks ago, and there's a guy in front of me. He must have been only about 35, 36, and he got 935 quid.
Yeah, I know.
For the social welfare. You know, how many bleeding kids has he got, you know?
Yeah, I know.
Like they're just coming in and breeding, and that's it. You know, it's put Maria Steen on your ballot paper as they count all ballot papers. How are they going to give digital IDs to people with no passports or previous ID? Remember, immigrant with 19 different names. Yes, they're everywhere. They're all over this country. All over this country. Hello, Paul and Orla.
Hey,
Hello,
Jake.
Jake. How are you doing? John Malloy, we're painting a very bleak picture here, folks. Yeah, it's not looking good, John. It's not looking good. Trust me.
Well, it
Illegal
stops
and
when people get up and say no. That's how it
when
stops.
when
you don't
is
need
enough
everybody.
enough?
You
Like,
just need a vast majority to stand up
Yeah.
and say no. It's as simple as that.
Yeah. The legal and illegal people coming here are coming from shitholes, and this is a holiday. Free house, free money, and a future.
Treasure
That's
Ireland.
the
Yeah,
reality.
I know.
Treasure Ireland. You're dead right. Vincent there. Exit. Yes, we need to get out. We do. Definitely out of Europe. We have to. You know, it was a trading bloc. It wasn't a dictatorship. It was a trading bloc. You know what I mean? To help us, you know, to make money and.
That was
This is not the EC.
Yeah, the EC. Yeah. Not what we have now.
No, not what we have now. Housing scheme show homes for all, so long as they're not native indigenous. Exactly. And once you see that homes for all, you can be guaranteed probably 10% of them, if even 10%, could be as low as 6%, would get houses in there ahead of. I'm getting a migraine headache here, by the way. I get flashes, and I'm seeing flashes on either screen. Like, you know what I mean? It's, yeah, I'll be grand. But yes, John Malloy, it's beyond bleak. Oh, John, listen, you can see it, I can see it, we all see it with our own eyes. You know what I mean? But it's the other people are not seeing it. Can't wait to see the local
what do you call it? The posters are already up. I've seen them today now in Carlow.
Oh, I've seen them today, yeah, as well.
Yeah, and Heather Humphreys, which just...
Yeah. Somebody did a thing earlier, Heather Humphreys. Did you see it? I'll have to see, can I find it? Did I send it to myself? I wonder. There it is, there, look. This is so funny. Oh, hang on a minute. This is funny. Well, I thought it was funny. Hang on a minute. No.
Oh, I saw that.
Listen. Did you see it?
Yeah, I did.
Do you support fox hunting?
Well, first of all, I have a lovely little dog, a little Yorkshire Terrier, and he's a house dog and very fond. And we have a rescue cat as well, and we have those are our pets. And of course, I live on a farm, so there's many more animals there on the farm, and I love animals.
Yes, that is the answer to do you support fox hunting with, you know, animals ripped apart. That is your answer. I have a lovely little Yorkie, yeah. Well, so do I, but I'd be able to answer the questions on fox hunting. But why would she care when she protected a man who was accused of horrendous animal abuse in relation to cattle and all that on his farm and got away with it? But yet he was still claiming the single subsidy payment, which to me is fraud. You know, he was going to be up a court, and that was all swept under the table. So
she signed off on that.
Do you know?
I think she signed off on that.
Yeah, she did. Now, how did he get away with that? Like, the judge said it was absolutely horrendous, the animal abuse. You know what I mean? So, like, it's ridiculous. What do you expect from the Department of Agriculture? They don't care.
Yeah. She's... Oh.
Anyway, can we play that? Let's go back and play that video in relation to the homeless people. That's important to highlight.
Yes, I will highlight that right now. Homeless. Where are we? Yes, homeless. It's only a couple of seconds longer anyway.
It was shocking.
You're shocking.
They're Irish people. Like, look at the way they have to sleep in the middle of Fisborough shopping centre. Like, fucking government shouldn't be ashamed of themselves, and that's the God honest truth.
Disgusting.
Ah. It is disgusting. It is. And that was another thing Paul Nolan and Tinker were highlighting as well, was the homelessness. You know what I mean? But because these are protected species now. That's just the way it is.
Yeah.
Like Sinn Féin asked for migrant to be brought into an extra section for migrants to be brought into the hate speech bill. And now they've done it now with this legislation. That's how this is working now.
Yeah, I know.
So yeah. So beware, everyone. Beware. Yeah.
Right. We'll keep firing these out. There's loads to go through.
Yeah, hang on.
And I've screenshots of stuff as well, because I want to highlight crap that's going on as well.
I know you do. I have it here. I want to play Maria Steen, okay?
I
just want to play that just to hear what she has to say.
Oh, this is the Virgin Media one, is it?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
I think so.
Recent days confirms the hunger that there is for an alternative candidate. Sadly, that hunger will now go unsatisfied. Rarely has the political consensus seemed more oppressive or detached from the wishes and desires of the public. I'm also grateful to the 18 parliamentarians, true Democrats all, who gave me their signatures. Some of whom because they wanted to support me and vote for me in the election, and some of whom simply because they believed in democracy, and that the verdict on my candidacy should be rendered not by an elite clique, but by the people. It has been a privilege to have won the confidence and support of so many people around the country over the past few weeks. And while it would have been the honour of a lifetime to serve as first citizen of Ireland, being a citizen is honour enough for me.
Well said.
Yeah. A lady.
And I know.
Grace, manners, dignity.
Yeah. All the things Ruth Coppinger is not.
So.
Yeah, hold on there. And John McGurk came up with something, didn't he? There, a very reliable source in Fianna Fáil.
Oh yes, yeah.
Yeah, let's just put this.
That says it all. There's your democracy in Ireland.
That's it. There's no democracy here.
No.
A very reliable source in the Fianna Fáil parliamentary party tells me that wavering Fianna Fáil's TDs, including him, have all received calls from the Taoiseach in recent days, making it clear that the consequences for nominating any candidate not called Jim Gavin would be severe.
Now, there you go. That says it all.
Wow.
So I didn't realise Ireland has been renamed to North Korea.
Yeah.
Obviously it has, we just didn't realise it.
Yeah. Someone done a picture of him as Kim Jong-un. He looks stupid.
Yeah.
Isn't Maria Steen's symptom of the destruction of traditional Ireland? I don't know.
Destruction of traditional Ireland.
Traditional Ireland, no. Just goes to show no matter who it is, they will stop it. Yeah, it is true.
They only want their own minions in, and that's it.
Well, that's it. You've 3 to vote for. That's all you have to vote for now. You know? Oh. An English tourist or attacked. Am I saying this properly? Yeah. In Temple Bar.
Oh, yes. Another English tourist, yes. Or sorry, another tourist, yes.
Oh my God! Let's have a look at
this. This is doing fantastic work for tourism in Ireland.
English tourist in hospital after being stabbed in Dublin's Temple Bar. Man in his 20s assaulted on Saturday night in popular tourist spot. This is last week. Another fella. This is another English guy. An English tourist is in hospital after being stabbed in Temple Bar on Saturday night. A man in his 20s was taken to James's Hospital for his injuries, and they're not life-threatening. Gardaí and emergency service attended premises where the alleged assault took place on Saturday night at approximately 11:15 p.m. A man also in his 20s has been arrested in connection with it.
And no description given.
No description given. So we all know, don't we? Well,
yeah.
We better not say anything because we'll have the top police crashing down on us. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But listen, Dublin is not safe whatsoever. Dublin is a kip. I walked through it this evening. You know what I mean? And it's...
Well, now it is. I did point that out, that it is safe for Jim O'Callaghan, because it's okay for him with his 20 security guards, the armed forces, and several Gardaí with him. So of course it's safe.
The same way as it was safe for her when it was there 3 years ago. You know,
remember the skit that was done on her? Remember, was it last year? It was brilliant, where she was walking around Dublin and she had all the security around her and everything like that. That was absolutely brilliant.
Just another day for your diaries, people. The 20th of October, Phil is up for that bullshit in Bray where he was assaulted, and now they're doing him for a fray which carries a sentence. They're coming for us all, lads. Yeah. They are, and I've said this before. I've said this before. Everyone, none of us are safe here now, lads. I'm being honest with you. You speak out, you go to jail. That's it. Maria Steen could be Ireland's Le Pen. Yes. Why is Enoch's brother blocked by practicing law? Because he's a good Christian. He's a good Christian man. You know what I mean? And he'd probably call out corruption. I'd say that's exactly why they don't want him in there. Because they're all greasing each other's palm. You know what I mean? It's just an endless cycle of money. Oh, I'll get you free legal aid, but it'll cost you 150 quid. Well, how can it be free legal aid if it's costing me 150 quid? Like, you know, yeah. And then we get this fella on a retainer and he gets whatever, 300 quid a day or 300 quid an hour if you have a barrister. You know, it's just an endless money racket. That's all it is. And then one will tell you to plead guilty. Oh, plead guilty. You can plead this and do that. And they're doing each other's bidding. They don't even need to have you in the court because they've already sorted it. You know what I mean? It's already been done. This has all been done. You know what I mean? It's just all theatre. In this gobshite, we do a bit of theatre with him, you know? It's crazy carry on, like, you know? It's the courts. That's what we have to deal with, you know? Yeah, hang on there. Has it ever occurred to you that the vast majority of Irish people are happy with the status quo? Yes, it has.
Oh, so there's plenty oblivious to what's going on. Either that or they're hiding under the bed.
Yeah, no correlation. Yeah. Fianna Fáil and Fine Gael told us Dublin was safe. Well, it's not safe. It's not safe. It's full of people I don't know. And I know, geez, I used to be able to walk through town and I'd meet 20 people that I'd know. You know what I mean? How are you, John? How are you, Anto? How are you, Wacker? You know, now you see nobody. Like you don't recognize the people that are in town now. I'm being honest with you.
Well, now, hold on a second. When we're speaking about something now, we will feature the two screenshots. I have the one with they don't care, and then the mosque is underneath it. So they're too busy doing this, so they are. Shabo's screenshot.
Yeah, is this the 7-story mosque?
Yeah, and then above it is what I'm talking about. Where I
Shabo's.
They don't care, yeah. This is how much they care about the Irish people.
Who's this? Oh, Harris and the other fella. Harris and Jim, is it? Or
yes, yeah.
These two clowns. There you go. 6,000 homeless children in Ireland. Kids dying on waiting lists for medical care. Entire families emigrating to find homes. Ice cream for these girls. Yeah.
Gosh, it's a great life. Sure, who cares? Who cares?
Yeah.
Yeah. If you go, is it just go one way? Let me see. Hold on a second, because I have them all connected. No, back the other way for a second. Just want to see. Yeah, back the other way. Now, this is over in the UK.
Yeah. This was the royal banquet, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm. Look at him
Royal
on his
banquet. Yeah, and visit for Trump cost a reputed 15 million. If you think that's bad, UK aid to the Ukrainian dictatorship since 2022 has been 18.3 billion. No, it's more than that, isn't it? Is it 183 billion?
billion. No?
No, it's 100.
No, billion, I think.
It's 183 billion. Yeah, that's what it is. 183 billion. That's, yeah, and I'm sure that's what it is. You can tell me. For that, Starmer could have handed each of Britain's 4.5 million kids living in poverty over $4,000 each. Isn't that crazy? You know?
Yeah.
Oh,
Isn't it just, it's just an absolute disgrace. And then you go to the mosques now.
yeah. Look at this place, guys. Now, this is from a couple of weeks ago. This is a 7-story mosque and apartments for Dublin. Look at how ugly that looks. Look.
Yeah, 7 stories.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Look at that. Oh my God. Dublin City Council is to give its decision on planning permission for a 7-story development featuring a mosque and apartments at Black Pits, Dublin 8. The project, entitled Al Barry Mosque and Apartments, how fitting, is being tendered by Barrett Mahoney, Civil and Structural Consulting Engineers. The proposed development is on the site of the former warehouse owned by Independent Clothing Holdings and will involve the demolition of the existing 2-story structure. The company is owned by Azar Barry. Of course, that's who owns it. Good man, Azar. So this is, I think this is a little bit, no, that's, no.
No, that's Victor. I wrote stuff attached to it, underneath it.
Yeah, that's what I was looking for there. I got a super mosque given green light. A 7-story high mosque and apartment build has been given the go ahead by Dublin City Council. In the midst of a housing crisis, DCC ignore 16,000 homeless. I can only say that no sane Irish person would ever choose to live above a mosque with call to prayer today is being built for the purpose of our imported Muslims. In 2021, On Board Planala rejected an appeal application in regard to the same project after DCC gave permission for the building containing 27 apartments at numbers 25 and 26, Black Pits, Dublin 8. So it was rejected in 2021.
Yeah.
And in 2025, 4 years later, now it's getting the go ahead.
Yeah, absolutely disgraceful. Because somebody,
How did that happen?
when I put it up, actually, a guy, he didn't even know about it. He lives across the road or something like that, and he was like, "Oh my God, I didn't even know about this." But imagine the call to prayer. Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
You know.
But like this is what's happening.
If you want to do the Victor one, because that would have been next, because that's actually the plan about the asylum seekers coming in.
Victor Orban.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I do remember how Mr. George Soros published his plan in English in a Project Syndicate publication. It was done 2015, September 26. And he published a plan. He said that I'm quoting, here are the 6 components of my comprehensive plan. I just quote 2 or 3 points of that. First is, he said very clearly, 2015, that, quoting again, EU has to accept at least 1 million asylum seekers annually. That was the first point. Second, he said, adequate financing is critical. And he proposed to issue long-term euro bonds for financing the migration crisis and the migrants' social and welfare taking care when they arrive to the European Union. And another point which is very important for Hungary, which is involving the territory of Hungary directly into this program, he said that, quoting them, safe channels must be established for asylum seekers starting with getting them from Greece and Italy to their destination countries, which means to bring them to Greece, to Hungary, and then have them to go to Austria. So don't forget that what we are speaking about is not an accidental stories, not a bulk of 10 years of accidental stories. It's a plan which is going on. It was written, it was published, it's known. So we are fighting again an organized gang called Empire of George Soros, and NGOs, who are just supporting everybody who is transgressing our legal system and our regulation, and financing illegal activity against our nation. So this is why the story is not just about migration, but it's about how this European Union is working and how George Soros was able to captive the main positions inside many institutions of European Union, buying out MPs and other leaders, and in order to execute the plan which is written, and it's against all the Christian and nation-based political forces. It's against us. It's about how to change Europe and how to eliminate and push aside all the Christian, conservative, national-based political leaders and voters from the European Union decision-making bodies. So this is the migration about, not just about migration. Sorry for it.
He's very good.
Everybody knows this is all George Soros being
Yeah,
pushed
sure we know.
by Soros
Yeah,
and the Open Foundation, you know.
I
So
actually
come
just
on.
wanted to double check something because I wasn't sure if the decimal or the comma was in the correct place about what we just put up there about the UK aid to the Ukrainian dictatorship since 2022. It's 18 billion 300 million.
Okay, yeah.
Imagine that, right?
Yeah.
And he said for that, Starmer would have handed each of Britain's 4.5 million kids living in poverty 4,000 each. So listen to that again. 18 billion 300 million they sent over to Ukraine. And their
Sure,
own
America has
citizens.
sent
Like
Sure,
it's
America-
just crazy.
Yeah, sure. America must have sent 60, 40, 30, 130 billion.
Like it's just
Definitely.
just crazy. And here's your man over there swanning around on his several yachts and his several mansions, and he's lost. What did he lose? $1 billion?
Yeah.
I made the suggestion he should ask Alexa. She might be able to know. Or maybe
Like he has
maybe
Zelensky
look
has-
in his mansions.
Yeah, but Zelensky has villas everywhere. Like he has houses
Yeah, I know.
everywhere.
Where did he
in
get the
every
money for all
country.
this?
Should the wife bought a $1 million
Car, yeah, I know. Yeah.
car only a couple of months ago or last year?
I know.
Yeah, you know.
God, where's all the money coming from? Don't know.
You know where the money's coming from, the gobshites that's sending her over, you know? Should he sold off all the weapons? Should the weapons that were sent over as well, the money for the weapons, like they sold the weapons and got money for that. Like that's a fact. Like that was proven, like, you know. Paul, I read George Orwell's 1984 book 6 months ago. Our world is becoming the reality of that book. 1984 and the way things are going, government, etc., totalitarian state. Oh, God, sorry about that. The 90s were the best. Yes, they were. I love the 90s. Loved it. We need to adopt a different approach.
So Ireland has previously committed approximately 250 million in non-lethal military support to Ukraine.
Yeah, that
But
could be
isn't
hats
that
or
just
vests
fabulous?
or yeah. And we have 16,000 people homeless living in emergency accommodation, homeless on our streets.
And children dying because they can't get operations. And people who can't get medical cards, and the elderly can't get home help, and the elderly who also can't afford to buy food. But sure, let's not never.
People can't get a doctor. People can't get a hospital place. People can't get a dentist.
No.
Come on. You know what I mean? When is enough, you know? And people say that we've already got enough. Like as my dad said, you can't put the lid back on here now because it's gone. You know what I mean? And the statistics there earlier just tell you how much it's gone.
Mm.
You know what I mean? They're having 10 times, and when I say they, I mean foreigners. They're coming in here and they're having 10 times more kids than what we are. That is not sustainable. Ireland will not be Irish in 10 years' time, 15 years' time. And
Yeah,
that's the harsh
well,
reality of it.
On the 4th of September 2024, the latest funding announcement will bring Ireland's total funding to Ukraine since February 2022 to over 380 million, including approximately 130 million, better not forget about that, in stabilisation and humanitarian supports. Our support for Ukraine is unwavering. Well, that's just lovely. Delighted to hear that. I'm sure that couple lying in the street are just delighted to hear that.
Yeah.
My God.
And don't forget, people, sorry, I forgot to mention it again. The March for Jesus is tomorrow, isn't it? In Dublin.
Oh, yes. Sorry, I
Garden
forgot about
Remembrance, yeah. I didn't put the poster up. I'll find the poster now in a minute. I'll put it up. But yeah, the March for Jesus, 2 o'clock. Garden Remembrance tomorrow. So please go in.
I think I've seen it somewhere. Mm.
Mm.
Do you want to, underneath where you were, do you want to do the river in England and then do the TikTok video by News by Orla? That's not me, however, but she is very good on TikTok.
The river in India, not England.
River, this is lovely to see.
Wait to see this. I've seen this. This is just...
I know.
No, this is India. This is what you're letting into
Ireland.
this country. Go on.
I'll show you the beautiful river. Well, I mean, you can't really tell there's water under there. Somewhere under all that rubbish is water. Water that will probably kill you with one sip.
Lovely.
I saw the video the other day of a load of them washing in that water.
Oh, yeah, but sure. Yeah, I know.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
God almighty.
So the next one is underneath that, the TikTok.
It's TikTok.
Mm.
Hold on.
Now, this is getting into the schools with Helen McEntee. And this again is join the dots, follow the money.
Let me just... This is Miss McEntee, the demon. And she is a demon. I want to share a few things as well from what people put in there. Give me a thumbs up or if you can hear the sound. Okay. So we've no sound. Well, just bear with me there and we will come back with sound. Bada bing, bada boom.
So learn about puberty earlier than they do currently. The syllabus will be phased in from next year. What I can be clear about here when it comes to the health and wellbeing curriculum is that students will be taught in an age-appropriate way about who they are, about their sexuality, about puberty. It's something that's always been thought of in schools, but we know that children are attending school later in life. So how do we make sure that we're talking to students before they reach that age so they understand what's happening themselves? And it is about making sure that there is respect among young people. I think, the issue of consent, it's about understanding how to make a decision that you can change your mind, how to say yes or no to certain situations. And I think it's really important that we're able to do that, as I said, in a way that's appropriate for each child. So much of these conversations will be happening later on in primary school in 5th and 6th class before they go into a post-primary environment.
Unbelievable.
They want to get kids before puberty because her husband is the marketing director for AbbVie, which is a puberty blocker tablets and medication.
Yeah, because a parent reached out to me from Kilkenny and sent me on the screenshots, so I included them on my Facebook page. And his son is in first class. Like, do people realize that they are teaching about, it's not just this gender nonsense, they're also teaching about pornography, masturbation, sexual positions. It's horrendous. Absolutely. From 6 years old. It is disgusting.
And one of the men who spoke out about it in Cork is being persecuted now.
Exactly, Ross.
Mm-hmm. Andy Hazeman went around doing it as well. There's a few other lads went around doing it with them.
Yeah, I know.
Well, Anita was there as well. Yeah, I remember them all. Like, they all went around doing it, calling them out. And like, I think Ross got done for, I think it was for wasn't it the story, the drag queen story?
Yes, in the library,
yeah. And you can clearly see he was attacked. But like, it's crazy the way the guards turn a blind eye when we get attacked.
Yeah, I know.
You know, when that happens to any of us, like Gavin Pepper was, they threatened him last year. Yeah, man, that gobshite, the black fella, what's his name? Bladen Cannon Sound or whatever his name is. Threatened Gavin last year. Nothing. Nothing. But Mary Lou gets a phone call, or somebody else gets a phone call saying that this, that, and it's boo-hoo-hoo, and you're arrested. Come on, lads. Will you? Two-tier justice system. Two-tier justice system.
I know. They're making it up. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I'm going to play this spoil your vote. Okay, just let me play this spoil your vote, just to play this again.
Korea, or we say Russia. Well, there's no need to wonder anymore because you're living in it. And today just proves it. We're left with three stooges that no one really wants, and our only option is now to spoil our vote. It'll be a protest vote. Look, you've marched all over the country, waving flags in great numbers, and you've been ignored by media. They've reported false numbers, blah, blah, blah. So now you have a chance to protest vote. It's not going to cost you anything. If your candidate was on the ballot, you'd be going out voting for them anyways. So still go out and vote for them. And for people that'll say, oh, it'll be rigged, they can't report that, they won't report it. What other chance do we have? What other hope have we left? If you go out in the numbers that you've showed up to in marches, there could be 100,000 spoiled votes. That sends a clear message. That cannot be swept under the carpet. So, yeah, it's our only option. And if you want to show your anger, go out and write your candidate on that ballot paper. Put 3 X's through their names and just write your candidate. Simple. And we'll see where we can go from there, because we're obviously living in a dictatorship at this stage.
He's very good. So he's known as the Black Layer. He just changed it over to Irish, so you'll find him on TikTok, and his videos are great. So there's another video there, and you remember about this happening in Dublin. It's UK followed home. Now this is going to be happening more and more. Think about people living on their own, like elderly people living on their own. Like, this really needs to be highlighted.
A young girl in Liverpool walks home to be followed by an illegal migrant who then decides to try and enter her home. He thought it was perfectly acceptable to trail her all the way home and then try and enter it. Now, if that doesn't sum up the madness of our immigration service, then I don't know what does. We have a government who can track every penny in your bank account and every word you mutter online, but they can't seem to track every person that crosses the English Channel. And what happens? The migrant just simply walks away. No swift arrest, no deportation papers. No, sorry mate, here's your one-way ticket home. Just a shrug of the shoulders and probably back to a bed that's paid for by you. So here we are, living in a Britain where our daughters don't get home safely and illegal migrants get protection. If someone who shouldn't even be here can follow a girl home, try to enter her house and then walk away without consequences, then our leaders are not protecting our borders. They're abandoning them.
Now, see the way he just walks up to that door and just opens it. Like, what if that's somebody who, you know, was bringing in shopping or something like that and just hadn't locked the door behind them? He would have just walked straight in. Do you know what I mean? You're muted.
I'm going to just talk there. Angela Leggett just put up there 3 simple questions which are put to Captain Kelly. This is Captain Kieran Kelly. Very respectively regarding dividing us nationalists. He blocked me immediately, but I have a very good suspicion he's listening in after his posts were sent to me. I find it all very strange. A businessman who supposedly is on the same side blocks me over 3 simple nationalist questions. We asked the same questions, like one of the lads asked the same, like, are you a 33rd degree Mason? And he blocked him. He wouldn't answer that question either. But we have the Facebook post where he actually says it, that he is a Mason. So, listen, we're on to you, Captain Kieran Kelly. You know what I mean? I wouldn't mind if he didn't sit down. He sat down with Anthony and spoke to Anthony on the phone for an hour and a half. And then after he spoke to, we don't know who he spoke to. After he spoke to him, then Anthony was this, Anthony was that. Come on, lads. You need to cop on to yourselves. You know what I mean? Cop on to yourselves. People are worried to you.
Yeah. Well, he's gone. He called a couple of people scumbags on my page. So I called him out over it and he blocked me. I will not tolerate that sort of language on my page.
Yeah. No, that's what he's doing. You see, I sent him a message on Sunday night to come on the show, you know, and he sent me back a private message saying, I don't take too kindly to being woke up or to, it was 3:30 in the morning when that came into my inbox. The time zone is different, you know, and I just text back, okay, sorry, I didn't realize the time zone was different. Thank you. And I just left it at that. He wasn't willing to come on. He said that he wouldn't come on with them two scumbags or whatever, you know. So there's none of them willing to come on and have a chat. You know what I mean? Like, why not have a debate? Why not have a chat here? You know what I mean? There was talk last night. Sorry, people. The reason we didn't do the show last night, and I'll just tell you out straight, what happened was I was worried that this thing that he was supposed to have, he said he was doing this at 8 o'clock last night. And I thought, I need to listen to this, you know what I mean? I need to hear what's going on. And if it goes over 9 o'clock, we won't get any viewers, like, you know what I mean? That's what I thought last night. Did you, Orla? I thought that
we thought there's no point in us, like, if there was something big on, and a lot of people were going to be watching it, then there was no point in us, you know, coming on. So we just said we move it to tomorrow night. But anyway, listen, we're not going to waste our time talking about these people.
No, we're not.
Exactly. Right. Can we play my Facebook page in relation to this woman speaking out about what's going on? I don't know if people have heard about this in relation to the SNAs. This is an absolute disgrace. And just bear back to what I was talking about in relation to the money being sent over to Ukraine. Right? And watch this woman. She's crying at the end. It's just horrendous.
Yeah. Let me just share this.
I hope people from the NCSE see this post, and I hope Helen McEntee does as well, because you're an effing disgrace. Significant care needs. Okay, what does that mean? Let's go. So it's a shit day for SNAs in Ireland and kids with additional needs in Ireland and their families. The NCSE has proposed some new guidelines, basically revoking SNA access to thousands of children in the country. Basically, they're just outing themselves for showing a massive disconnect between the reality of what is actually happening every single day inside schools and people's homes. So what does that mean? What does that look like? Basically, they are saying that schools seem to have a surplus of SNAs, which, by the way, doesn't really happen. The SNA is just going to be without a job, and they will be taken out of the school and redeployed to another area. What that is, we don't know yet. Last week, they told us that they were taking movement breaks out of the role of an SNA, and now they're saying behaviour support isn't the role of an SNA either. And anyone in this area or the parent of a child knows that behavioural support is a massive part of our jobs. Absolutely essential. So children feel safe and are safe. They feel supported, regulated and included. For kids that rely on a particular SNA or SNA support, to revoke that and to remove that person is just going to cause complete chaos for them. They're not going to feel safe. They're not going to feel supported. Essentially, those with behaviour concerns now are going to no longer qualify for the support, to have the support of an SNA. So if you have a child and they need regular movement breaks, or they need help with like hand washing and stuff like that, they're not going to qualify any longer. So a sheet of paper or tick the box exercise has said that your child no longer qualifies. The SNA and the role of an SNA isn't a tick the box exercise. There are so many broad spectrums and categories of which we cross over, interlink with. The schools are under massive pressure already. The teachers have a huge workload already. And revoking SNA access is just literally taking away so many resources from a school. And now there are thousands of kids that are going to miss out on the help that they need. As an SNA, it's completely infuriating. It's really, really upsetting for the kids and their families. And also it's so unfair that our job role is so up and down. Like there is absolutely no stability whatsoever when you're an SNA. The role is being changed all the time. Our jobs are being taken off of us all the time. We're told that we are not valued, that this is essentially a massive slap in the face for every SNA in the country. More often than not, we are the trusted adult that child feels safe with, feels safe to confide in, share their feelings, their emotions, any stresses that they have, and we are the person that they turn to for help. I know and understand very well what difference our role makes. We support behavioural development and educational changes, and there's so much more support that goes on behind closed doors. It's incredibly frustrating and upsetting. I don't have any kids myself, but as a parent, I can imagine that this is incredibly worrisome. I don't personally know how Helen McEntee and that entire department can sleep at night. They walk into schools. Helen does school visits all the time. I just saw on RT yesterday, she visited a school, and above her, as she spoke on the stage in a school hall, above her there were rings on the ceiling of damp marks. Like the schools are underfunded. There is not enough support and resources as it is, and now they're going revoking SNAs from these kids as well. They should be absolutely ashamed of themselves. Every single parent that this affects, every single school, they should all be absolutely outraged. And I don't know if strike action needs to happen. I'm not sure. I'm not encouraging anything like that. I'm just saying something needs to happen, because this cannot be the new reality. I have seen somebody post on an SNA page online somewhere a petition, and I am going to leave the link for that petition in my bio. If as many people as possible can please sign it. Let's see if we can make a difference.
Fair play to her.
Now, Paul, I sent that over as my Facebook. Can you go into that? There's a bit of reading to it, but a parent had reached out to me in relation to this, and then I happened to see the video on TikTok. But this parent, I asked her, I said, can you explain to me how you find that this is going to, affect your children? So this is what you put together. It's an absolute disgrace. And you think about it with all the children as well who have autism and all that, and they're used to they're very much about routine, and they're used to having the same SNAs in. And I was getting this at the doors as well about the SNAs when we were running for elections. And the amount of people giving out about how they couldn't, or they were waiting a long time to get. You see, you can't get an SNA unless you have your unless your child is assessed, and the amount of giving out. That was unbelievable. But anyway, this particular parent, as I said, reached out to me.
People have just hit 900 there. Fair play to everyone. Keep sharing it out there.
Thank you.
And if you can share it out, there you go. I forgot to put that up earlier. Comment on X, Fitzy Dub, Anthony L. Casey, Rugger Move 27, Ireland Force 23, and on YouTube at the Irish Column. and Dia Laharan and Paul Fitzsimons, and www.theirishchannel.com/live. And watch this now, right? Wait and see this. There's a QR code. You can just beep that QR code there. If anyone wants to beep the QR code, you can go straight to the website there and you'll watch live on the website. But you're already watching live here. But if you need to send it to anyone, take a picture of the QR code there in the corner and send it to whoever, and they can watch live. Thank you very much. You can also buy us a coffee if you want. There it is there. I'll put it in the comments. Thank you very much. As I said, we've reached 900, fair play. And my friend, Wake Up Area, we want to big them up as well because they're doing sterling work as well. So if anyone wants to donate to Wake Up Area, you can go in there as well and donate to Wake Up because they do sterling work and they are up and down the country highlighting COVID vaccines and everything else. And while we get on that order, I think we'll move on to vaccines.
Actually, can you just read out about that lady? Because it's important to highlight.
Sorry. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, my
about
bad.
our children, sorry.
Yes, sorry. This is absolutely disgraceful. Why would they do this to children with additional needs? Things are difficult enough for families without this being done. This was a huge issue when I was canvassing during the elections. Well done, Orla. Is this due to the lack of funding and all the billions we are spending abroad and on iPass?
Yeah.
Okay. Can you read that there? Doesn't matter if you can't. I'll read it.
No, it's too small because it's not on the full screen.
I don't start that. Ferg will be onto this now. I was contacted over this matter, so please read this parent's story below. Okay, I'm going to have a read of it. My children are level 2 and 2 also have dyspraxia. So they are trying to have SNA involved with children who are strictly medical, toileting and feeding. So kids on the spectrum, verbal dyspraxia, ASD, ADHD, etc., won't have an SNA to help with organizational help. No movement breaks, no sensory regulation, no help with learning. That all put on the teacher now. This will also cause teacher burnout, and other children with no extra needs will also miss out as the class teacher will not have an SNA. I agree with that.
Yeah.
They should not. They have to have SNAs there. There should be a couple of SNAs if they need them, you know?
Yeah, 100%.
I will definitely have one if she does not get support, will miss a lot of school, or she won't be able to manage her anxiety, and without breaks will hurt herself during meltdowns. Like these kids bang their heads and everything, like the younger kids bang their heads and everything because of, you know, and they know no better, like, you know, it's horrible, like, you know.
Mm-hmm.
My youngest lady needs at least 4 breaks a day with an SNA to help her stay regulated due to being overstimulated due to classroom noise and lights, and they also help with her concentration. The SNA also helps by doing her OT programs to help with regulation and her physical difficulties caused by her dyspraxia. And so this will all go.
This is what I'm saying, right? These children get used to having the same SNA and they become attached to that SNA. Like, this is going to have an absolutely huge knock-on effect on children. And like, why? Is this down to lack of funding? Because if it is down to lack of funding, this needs to be called out. And that's why I made those comments.
Yeah. Don't forget, sorry, James, I read it out there, James. Don't forget, a lot of these special needs kids are black kids chimping out in school. Let's call a spade, for fuck's sake. Okay. You got loads of them out there, didn't you? Let's call a spade. Black kids chimping. Yeah, listen, I don't know very much about what goes on in the schools, but maybe you do. Maybe they are foreign kids. I don't know. But I do know a couple of kids in my kids' school, and they're not foreign, you know?
No, there's plenty of Irish. We know during elections, we were knocking on doors, we were talking to people. Do you know what I mean? The amount of children out there that are waiting, like they can't afford to pay for an assessment privately and are waiting years for speech therapy, for respite, for assessments, like for everything. It's absolutely ridiculous. Like our own children are missing out. And why? Is this down to funding? Because if it is, then they need to be called out over it.
Yeah.
You know?
Adolf Ryan, what's the crack, lads? The crack is good. Yeah, we're good. We've another 20 minutes, half an hour left. So
if you want to move on to the vaccines, I sent you over a few bits and pieces there as well.
Let me just close this one. Boom.
Somebody was laughing there. My apologies over my cat Angel. That's why I was trying to move the laptop, because I knew what was coming. Anyone who has a cat will know in a few minutes what other position she was going to be cleaning.
Okay, I'm going to play.
Animal rescue is great. Do get involved in animal rescue. It's fantastic. I have all the vaccine stuff together. They're all one after the other. I'm just too good to you, Paul.
I'm going to play this one here. This is Mikey Eden. Okay. Yeah. Let me just. We've spent a few minutes on this one.
Sometimes I'll refer to that in many interviews. I've been keen to tell people that there wasn't a pandemic, there wasn't a public health emergency, there was nothing unusual happening. Sometimes I'll refer to the numbers of people, going into hospital or dying of things. But I've got something I think is more useful. In order for an emergency to be declared, like a fire or like a shark approaching a public beach, holiday beach, would you agree with me, ladies and gentlemen, that before you would call out the fire engines, you'd probably be smelling smoke somewhere, someone would be, or a smoke alarm will go off. Before you would call shark alerts and get everybody off the beach, you would think someone would have seen a fin, yeah? Or someone in a helicopter said, hey, I can see some sharks approaching the beach. What I'm telling you is before an emergency is called, there is already an event at some level that someone is able to see, to detect, and warn you about, and you think, oh, that was really good that they warned us. In the case of the pandemic, that nice man at the WHO, Tedros, clever he may be, but he's not a fortune teller. He doesn't have foresight. He hasn't got long-range binoculars. He's not got a time machine. In order to declare a pandemic, which I think he did in 2020, March, whatever it was, he has to have some evidence of that. There's a little problemette, ladies and gentlemen. Not just me, but Dennis Rancourt in Canada and many other researchers have looked for signs of illness, respiratory illness, which surely would be growing somewhere in a small way in order that the WHO from their Siemens exalted position could aggregate all that data and go, oh my word, it looks like there's something like a pandemic beginning. There is nowhere in the world that you can find increased frequency of respiratory illness and respiratory deaths anywhere until after the WHO called a pandemic. Ladies and gentlemen, they called a pandemic with no evidence of a pandemic because they were lying to you. They were lying to you. Then they created all our governments created the impression of a pandemic by misusing a test that doesn't measure what it says, PCR. There's literally, what we had is a pandemic rollout of the test. It's as simple as that. Increased number of cases everywhere was a pandemic of a rollout of a rubbish test. It's not a mistake. They knew it was rubbish. They designed it to be rubbish. They designed it to produce positives where there was no illness. And then when people died, they said, oh, they had COVID. They literally did that. And then I'm afraid medical procedures in care homes and hospitals led to people being killed. But this is old news. You've heard all this before. I just wanted to tell you, you can't have an emergency without some sign of that emergency emerging somewhere. You need that information in order, as a leader, to say, I'm afraid, folks, I've got bad news. There's an emergency coming, batten down the hatches. For these pandemics, they just lied to you. Nothing was happening. If you go and look for it, you'll not find the evidence. They called the pandemic, and then the data started arriving, which was fraudulent. So it's as simple as that.
You're muted.
probably better off. I like Mike Eden. Very good. I really do.
He was
He's been calling.
absolutely persecuted. So he was. I
Oh,
felt
but he's
so
been
sorry for
calling
him.
this out. He's been
Mm,
calling this out from the start. Like, you know what I mean? He really has.
mhm.
And he's right what he's saying there. Do you reckon 17 million have died in the US from the vaccine? That's what they reckon.
Probably.
Dennis Rancourt.
But sure, we don't know because the VAERS reporting system isn't accurate. They reckon only 1% is being reported. So we have no idea the actual numbers.
Yeah. Yeah, it's listen, we know the numbers. It's just getting them out there. Yeah, what did he say there? General Eisenhower said, "Thank God we won the war, otherwise we would be tried as war criminals." Yeah. That was in World War II. I'd like everyone to leave here tonight with respect for one another despite our differences. Can we just do that, people? Yes, we can do that. I can do that. I respect everyone. I have no problem with anyone. But lads, you can see but I haven't attacked anyone. Nobody that I know has attacked anyone. So listen, I'm happy to sit with anybody and talk to anybody. Okay, so yeah, we need to do this for the country, and I agree with you. Document called Rockefeller 2013 COVID the plan described the pandemic years in advance, masks, lockdown, jabs, etc. Sure, Event 201 was. Did you watch that Event 201?
No.
No, that's the one that Bill Gates, the simulation in October 2019 in New York. They done that in New York. It was a simulation. It was called, what was it called? Listen, they had the news channels involved in it. They had army involved in it. They had the whole lot, and it was just a big scenario. Someone died, and yeah, it was how the pandemic would work out, how you get the media on board, how the media would stop people from spreading misinformation and disinformation. And now there's a new one, malinformation.
Malinformation, yes. So that's correct information, but they just don't like it being said. I mean, I've just heard it all now. I'll be done for that the whole time.
Even if you're telling the truth, you can be done
even
for
if you're
this
telling the
now.
truth, yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
No way. No way.
I know. It's ridiculous.
I have a couple more there, haven't I? About
yeah,
this?
I have them all. They're all together. There's a thing on SIDS. There's Brian Ardis. There's Ryan Cole. There's no vaccines, no accountabilities.
Do you want Brian Ardis or who do you want?
Just go in order.
Right, we'll go vaccines with no accountability.
Mm-hmm.
In the United States and in most parts of the world, there were only 3 routine vaccines: DTP, MMR, and OPV. That's it. That's all there was. 7 total injections. That was the sum total of our childhood schedule and of the adult schedule and of the pregnancy schedule, since there were no adult routine vaccines and there were no pregnancy vaccines back then. And what was happening was every manufacturer of those 3 products either stopped making them or went out of business because of the injuries, because of the financial liability that was occurring from the injuries caused by those products. Now, for any other product, when it hurts people, what does the company have to do? Make a better, safer product. Your plane falls out of the sky, make a better plane. Your drug hurts people, make a better drug, right? But in this instance, Congress, in its wisdom, United States Congress decided, instead of forcing them to do what every other company has to do, instead of letting the economic interest do what it does, make a better product. Instead, it said, you know what? You can keep selling your product to harming kids. We're just going to give you immunity so nobody can sue you. And Congress passed the National Childhood Vaccine Injury Act of 1986 that basically gave these manufacturers immunity, but not just for those 3 vaccines. Gave them immunity to liability for almost any other vaccine they made thereafter, including all childhood vaccines.
If something is so safe, why can't you sue them? You know?
Exactly.
It says it all. And then they're hiding documents for, 70-something years as well. Like, I mean, sure, there's nothing suspicious there at all.
Christine Walsh there, they are still pushing this fucking poison. My husband, who hasn't taken one of their jabs, Got a letter today inviting him for his COVID and flu jab. They're giving a double up now. That's what they're doing, people. So
Oh, there's a pneumonia one.
step right up.
Yeah.
If you want to die, come
It was in
fly
the
with
chemist
us.
today, yeah, and they had a list about that long. There was a pneumonia one, there was the flu one, there was the children's nasal one. That's coming into the schools as well. I can't remember all of them. There was a big long list. Yeah.
You see, I was talking to a fella last night, and he was saying, "Oh yeah, they get the flu jab now. I get it free and walking anyway." Paul, he says. I says, "You get it free and walk." I said, "This is how they're getting people in here." You know what I mean? Oh yeah, this is a perk. You get a free flu jab. Get out of the garden, will you? The Jews are allowing the right-wing media because Israel needs the West to be rift right-wing for now as they are at war. Yeah. If you're Díla Heron, why are all homosexuals? What? If you're Díla Heron, why all the homosexuals and lesbian friendliness? Don't know what you mean. Don't know what you mean by that, Diora, or whatever your name is. Don't know what you mean. PPE, etc., was already too long ago. There's no way, and again with these vaccines, there's no way. Like there's something like 9 billion people, 9 billion vaccines put out. Sorry, 32 billion vaccines given out, or something like that. And we've seen the maths done. That in order to make 32 billion doses of vaccine, it would take years. You know, and I mean, not just 1 or 2 years, we're talking 10 years or something like that. It'd take that long if it was a
But
second
it
each,
takes
you know.
10 to 15 years to do all the safety checks. And they had this rush through in 9 months, and it was going to be safe. I'm sorry. Any other vaccine has taken 10 to 15 years.
Yeah, I know. But I was told this in December. December 2019, I was told it. No, 2020. When did the vaccine come out? 2021, 2020. The 11th of December 2020, the vaccine came out.
2021.
And 2020, it was January 2021, it was rolled out some other places. The pandemic that everybody died in, that was 2020. We were locked down from the 12th of March.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah. I have another one here as well. Hang on. Brian Ardis.
Oh, he's very good.
We'll go with Brian Ardis, and then we will go with Ryan Cole. Okay, we haven't got long left, so.
Yeah.
There is an experimental drug called remdesivir that will be responsible for their death. Yeah, I explained the entire way in which everyone with COVID-19 being diagnosed in the hospital, how they died between day 1 and day 9. Everybody died on day 9 of a 10-day treatment with remdesivir. Yeah, they called it an antiviral drug. Dr. Anthony Fauci claimed in May of 2020 it was found safe and effective in a drug trial in Africa a year earlier in 2019. And he hyperlinked the study in his memo to all hospitals. I happened to be retired. I opened the link to read the study about this drug I'd never heard of. And imagine my shock that in that trial in Africa a year before COVID, it killed 53% of all people they gave it to. And the safety board for the trial had suspended the use of remdesivir in that trial at month 6 and notified the funders that this drug is too deadly and too toxic. We're not using it anymore against Ebola patients. Guess who I discovered in that research study was the funder of that Ebola trial in Africa in 2019. Dr. Anthony Fauci and his department at the NIH. So he lied to the entire Congress, lied to the entire American people, and told you that the drug was found safe and effective against Ebola, when in fact the independent safety board deemed it too deadly, too toxic, and had pulled it from the trial. America should be furious.
Yeah.
Now, bear in mind, Brian Ardis is very passionate about talking about this because his father-in-law actually died after he was given remdesivir. And it destroys the kidneys.
Well, it's not supposed to be given. Remdesivir is not supposed to be given
No, it's not. It was given during Ebola trials. They killed loads of people.
But it states on the actual remdesivir, on the box, on the insert, that it's not to be given to people with respiratory complaints. COVID is a respiratory complaint. Well, that's how they got all of their deaths in the
Elderly.
nursing homes. You know, all the nursing
Mhm.
homes. Yeah.
Mhm.
Sorry, that girl Fiona Barry. I found data during 2020 batches were ready to go since 2019. Yeah, I know. I'm getting
We know.
tired now. Yeah. The primary schools have sent home a letter to children's nasal flu this past week, free for
Yes,
children.
I got
2
an
years
email from
old.
school.
Yeah, I better check and see how boy.
Mm-hmm.
Jabs are laced and affected. Yeah, they were laced and affected. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Right, I'm gonna go with Ryan Cole, and then we'll.
He's brilliant. He's a
finish it.
pathologist, for anyone who doesn't know him.
Yeah, and then I just want to.
The reason you haven't heard most of the things that you've heard today is because the media is in collusion with whatever the powers that be in preventing you from getting that information. All right, next question then. Let's talk about the monster in the room, spike protein and cancer mechanism potentials. How many people in this room, after the rollout of the injections, have a friend, a colleague, a patient who had an unexpected cancer, a very aggressive cancer? Please, show of hands. Wow. Let the record show, for those who can't see the room, that that's more than half of the room. The cancer rates are off the charts and growing, and it's really unfortunate. Insurance data sets out of Germany show a marked increase in unexpected cancers as well. Colleague Dr. Deglege, oncologist in the UK, met with him a couple months ago. He's seeing astounding numbers of very aggressive cancers in his population. Now, this is somebody who's been doing oncology for 40 years. So when you see something, you say something. He has spoken out. It's time to stop these shots. One cannot find that for which they do not look. The cells don't lie. As you saw from my colleagues, the spike protein is present throughout all tissues of the body. That is not meant to be. Human cells are meant to make human proteins, not to make toxins. So to inject a gene-based product into the body and make your cells the factory for a toxin is psychologically insane.
He's very good. I like him.
He's brilliant. He
Mm.
is brilliant, I have to say. But yeah, people, that's the vaccines again. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Do you want to finish up with the last couple of videos? One is, you'll see the French flag flying. There's one on free speech, and then there's one on Afghan on holidays. And then I have a little funny video at the end from 3 Bucks. We can finish off on that.
Okay. Right, we go with the free speech one.
Okay, what was it? Sorry, I don't like the camera. You can have my body cam. I can exhibit that to you. I just don't like the camera, really. Okay, well, I'm doing this because this is my own house, and I am telling you why I'm doing it. So I just need to know why would she's basically viewed a post which is not an arrestable offence. Viewed as an offence, that's good. Okay. It happened in May, and you're completely fine. The only thing is, we need to seize the phone at this current moment. The phone needs to get seized from us, otherwise we will escalate this further. So,
but with a voluntary interview.
So have you seized anyone else? Is she the only child you're picking on?
Voluntary interview, you'd be able to come.
Have you spoken to anyone else? No, we'll come to the station now. Do you mind letting her finish her sentence before?
Yeah, it does have to get further escalated, unfortunately.
That's fine. We'll come to the station now. The phone isn't seized right now, and we're not able to basically get the phone. We'd have to escalate this further, which means your daughter will get arrested. For what? Viewing a social media post? Is that I need to go with her in order to? No, absolutely not.
What can we do to prevent destruction of evidence?
I'm sorry,
Lisa.
That's fine. I would like you to leave now. I'd like you to leave.
This is why you're
okay. I have nothing more to say to you. A social media post. I've got nothing more to say. I'd like you to leave. You've harassed this child enough. I'd like you to leave.
Lisa, that's no worries.
Wow.
Isn't that just ridiculous? That's over in the UK.
But they looked about 12.
Where there's murderers, rapists, and paedophiles run around the place.
But the two of them looked about 12 or 14.
Yeah,
like, I mean, they didn't look old enough to be coppers. Like,
no. This is what's coming.
This is what's happening. This is it. This is what's happening. You know what I mean? It's mental over there now. It really is. You know what I mean?
And the UK is just
farmer.
Yeah.
Listen.
Yeah.
But then will Farage be much better? Let's be honest. You don't know. You know what I mean? He says he's going to put them all on boats and get them out of there. But will he? Will he actually do that, I'm at missing a few there. Sorry, people. Sodomy is one of the sins carried out by heaven for vengeance. Okay, Cora. Yeah. Imagine that camel jockey arresting you. The black belt barrister on YouTube is representing the family in the video pro bono. He has spoke about it on his YouTube channel. I must check out the black belt barrister. So anyone, black belt barrister, check him out.
Never heard of him.
Farage can't be worse. I know, but Farage just wants to leave the 6 counties. Does he really want to take that on? I don't think he does. You know what I mean? He'll just leave Northern Ireland to its own devices. The Met police are gone desperate. All police are gone desperate. All police. Let me just go. We go with the Afghan on holidays. This is your mate again.
Oh, Dylan, yes. And when he's talking about this, just think about the Ukrainians.
What did you say there? Sorry.
I said, when we're watching the video, just think about the Ukrainians.
Yeah. I will. I just want to. I'm going to be honest with you. I love reading out Ferg's things because he puts up some good, I really do. I'm going to do this again because this is about the pandemic. The only pandemic in this world is paedophilia. Stop sending your children to be groomed by perverts and monsters in these state-run indoctrination camps that steal their innocence along with their hearts, minds, and very souls. The same political scum that wants to groom your precious babies and sexualize them from the earliest age possible are also responsible for fraudulently placing them into a medical trial 4 years ago that resulted in catastrophic deaths, excess mortality, and the loss of so many young lives, and nobody has been held accountable for it yet. These same sadistic bastards preside over trafficked, raped, missing, and dead children, not to mention all the little poor souls left to die in excruciating pain, awaiting surgeries. And I tell you, Ferg, you get the whole lot into one here. While they spend billions on foreigners with absolutely no connection to this land. Yet people still send their little ones to have their minds absolutely polluted and captured by evildoers who target innocent children because they are the closest thing to God here on earth. Homeschool, homeschool, homeschool. Everything that these sick, perverted degenerates are trying to tear apart begins in the home. Keep your family unit strong. Put the full armor of God. Yes, and make sure you're there tomorrow for the Guardian Remembrance at 2 o'clock, and take back the power from this disgustingly corrupt and rotten state that seeks to destroy childhood innocence and their own sick, twisted gains. The Minister for Indoctrination is responsible for absolutely destroying our home under the tenure as a Minister for Justice. She made Dublin one of the most dangerous cities in the world. What do you think she is going to do with your precious children? Enoch Burke should be Minister for Education. He did more to protect Irish children by the monumental and selfless stance that he took against the monsters pushing the vile trans agenda, who target, manipulate so many autistic boys and girls by convincing them they were born in the wrong bodies. None of his family members are involved in making puberty blockers either. More childhood, more autism, more trans children, more lifelong customers for Big Pharma. Follow the money, protect childhood, innocent at all costs. They are the future and our legacy. Fair play to you, Ferg. I like reading out them. I really do, I have to say, because he gets everything across in the one.
He does.
Right.
Afghan on holidays.
Afghan on holidays. We've only a couple of minutes left, so we go to holidays.
Been relocated to the UK for their protection from the Taliban are in fact going back to Afghanistan on their holidays. Now, an ex-armed forces interpreter is claiming that they're exploiting the UK scheme and claims that the threat of the Taliban is actually overstated. This person is also claiming that people who are travelling back to Afghanistan on their holidays that have been relocated to the UK are actually exaggerating the threats that they have over there. This person also claims that there has been staged torture videos, fake Taliban letters, and false claims of attacks from the Taliban on asylum seekers. It also says that some of the Afghans have been granted asylum in Denmark and Belgium, and some of them who have been relocated to the UK have only been interpreters for the British forces for like 1 or 2 days. He also claims that the only threat to people in the country is employment, and says that there are hundreds of them going to the UK and then returning back to Afghanistan. He also claimed that applicants were planning on a big move, bringing large extended families to the UK, so like nieces, nephews, whatever. This person also claims that applicants were pretending that some of the people were under 18 to bring them to the UK, even though some of them were in their 20s. He said that he had witnessed people borrowing their neighbours, the shooting thing, and shooting their own car and saying the Taliban did it. How they're actually getting back to Afghanistan without it being traced is because Afghan can get Iranian visas very easily. Once they land in Iran, they cross over the border, and that way their passport is not stamped. So people believe that they're actually going to Iran. Once they arrive at the border, they bribe Iranian and Afghan officials, basically saying that if they have stamps on their passport, when they get back to Britain, they're going to be in trouble. One person who have come to the UK from Afghanistan states that her husband insisted that they go back there. They haven't seen their family in 2 years. She said no because it puts them in danger. She also claims that somebody that she knows is doing this, so they fly to Iran, get off in Iran, cross over the border, go to Afghanistan for a 20-day holiday, and do the same thing to get back into the UK without anybody knowing that they were actually in Afghanistan. This is all they have to do once they get back to Afghanistan, is just keep a low profile. I mean, for a country where people face persecution, where there's a restriction on rights, where there's nothing but violence and conflict, why would anybody want to return back there on their holidays? Can someone please answer me?
Did you hear someone snoring in the background there? What was the story? Not in yours, on that video. We were muted. It wasn't us. It was on that video.
Okay. Don't know.
I could hear the snoring, yeah.
But I thought it was great. Like going over for holidays to a war-torn country for 3 weeks. And was the Ukrainians not doing the same thing?
Of course they were. Of course they were. Of course they were. Right. We're just up there now, Orla, because I
want to do this. See.
What's that? What's
the
that?
France one. It's only 38 seconds, and then we have to finish off on $3.
No, we can't because we haven't got time.
Why?
We haven't got time because we finish it up on the national anthem.
Right. Well, then hurry up.
Okay.
France is experiencing over 100 rapes a day. This has amounted to 40,300 rape or attempted rape victims in 2024, an average of 110 pure day. 110 rapes a day in France. 58% of victims were minors and 89% were women. That means over 60 minors a day are a victim of rape or attempted rape in France every single day. This wasn't always the case in France. I wonder what changed.
Yes, I do. I wonder. Now, $3 is only 16 seconds. And you liked a bit at the end. And then you play the national anthem.
The bomb scare in Dublin Airport was indeed a false alarm. Turned out someone produced a passport at immigration and they've just never seen one before. You know?
You couldn't be up to...
The bomb scare in Dublin Airport was indeed a false alarm. Turned out someone produced a passport.
We've only a minute left.
Yeah,
I'm not muting now. Right, we've only a minute left. I meant to play. I have to be finished by 2 hours. I only set it up for the 2 hours order, so I have to be out of here.
No, we're done.
Paula, thank you very much.
No
I'll drop you down. Thank you very much for this evening, and I'll talk to you in a minute. Lads, I'm sorry. I got loads of texts and messages in there, and I know I should have done. I know I left it too late. So listen, the truth is like a lion. As we say every night we're finishing up, the truth is like a lion. You don't have to defend it, you just let it loose.
Bye.